Hey, you're that golfer, aren't you? They used to call you Stick, right?
Yep, that's me.
I think last summer was Brat summer. I think this summer is golf summer between Stick, Happy Gilmore 2, whatever else in the golf world is going on that I don't even know about.
Yeah.
Where do you think Price and Santi fit into the legacy of on-screen golf greats?
Well, I don't know where Price fits, but I think Santi might be maybe the best because it's he really is sort of a phenom, and I don't know that some of those other golf movie greats have quite the talent that Santi potentially has. So he could be the Tiger Woods of all those.
That's true. I like that Peter got legitimately very good at golf and made a hole-in-one on set.
Yeah, I saw him play actually yesterday, and I was looking at his swing. I'm like, God, he's got a great swing. And so I was actually asking, kind of complaining, why doesn't my swing look that good? And they go, well, he's 30 years younger. The flexibility.
Yeah.
Rude.
Because I guess I'm a boomer.
Turns out we're boomers.
Yeah.
Are you a boomer? No.
No,
we're not.
I was like, wait a minute, no.
I don't even like when people say legend, because to me that seems
Legend.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't like
yeah.
that
I don't
either.
like you're a legend. I think that
Yeah,
seems
yeah.
like you're
It's like I'm
you're
dead.
still here.
You're a legend.
Wait till I'm
Yeah,
dead.
right.
I
You don't
imagine
like
between golf carts on set and the sticks, and I would get in trouble on this set. They were telling me that they were flying away with the golf carts all the time.
Oh yeah, it was always you had to scramble to get a cart.
Yeah, you did.
But there are a lot of them around. It was fun. Golf carts are fun. No one got hurt.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Good report.
There was a bear. There was a couple bears
Oh, yeah.
on
What?
set. I'm not kidding, because we filmed in Vancouver, and there was a bear and two cubs that just kind of went
Wait,
right
really?
across.
Not-
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
our
I'll show
bear?
you. The
And of course
picture.
they didn't make the
No.
cut.
Yeah, yeah.
I have
They
no
didn't make
instincts
it.
because if bears, you're not supposed to pet them, but why are they so cute?
Yeah.
I know, they're very lovable, but I think these bears aren't that dangerous. Apparently, black bears are not. And these guys didn't. They just tend to scramble up trees if they feel threatened.
Yeah.
So I think it's very rare to have one of these type of bears attack, almost never.
I think I was in Tahoe one time and one went by and everyone was just in their yards and they're like, yeah, they do it all the time.
Yeah, it's not a
Don't worry
big
about
deal.
it.
Yeah.
I love in the pilot that Mitz rides hard for the housewives because I actually do relax
I had to think,
by
what did that
watching
mean?
Housewives.
Yeah.
So who is the Bravo watcher in the cast? Where do we think that came from?
I think Mitz has got this, not really a secret life, but I think that's a weird and important kind of character point about him, that, in his sort of loneliness or grief, that he connects with the drama of these women. And I think it's kind of an interesting thing about his secret life that he lives that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I related to it because I really do watch Housewives to relax
Yeah.
because I don't cover it. So it's
Yeah.
not work for me.
Yeah, people love it.
It's great. So Price has a slogan, "The Price is Right," which I love, and an ambition for professional sports. How much of him is kind of like Lightning McQueen?
Yeah, well, they maybe have kind of a similar enthusiasm, and Lightning McQueen has kind of a cockiness that, that Price has had beaten out of him, but he's still able to kind of tap into that kind of salesman mode and trying to sell this guy on the whole mission and sell you on putting up some money. And so, so he can still kind of, gather people up.
He's a hustler.
Yeah.
Sell when you
Yeah,
need to.
yeah, and I think Price does say "ka-chow" one time. So
Is that
yeah,
intentional
yeah.
Easter egg or
It's
just
it's an
happens?
Easter egg. Yes, it occurs during a hole-in-one. Yes.
That's perfect. I love Amberlynn and Price's dynamic, by the way. I feel like often, you watch exes and they hate each other, whatever, and she kind of just humors him, and I love their dynamic. What did you love about playing this character of Amberlynn?
I liked how much she loved him still. I really did. And that the love I think has evolved into caring and compassion and wanting the best for him. I just think that's kind of an infinitely more interesting relationship than animosity and rooting for him and wanting him to do well. And you know, because of the reason that they're not together anymore, I think it's really cool for her to want for him to find his thing.
But there's
that can-
still, sort of, I think you talk about the kind of love evolving into care and compassion, where I think Price wishes the love would evolve into love.
Yes.
Back to love.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not.
One of them is having a good time.
Right.
One of them is evolving.
Yeah. Care, compassion. Can we get back to love?
Did it feel like a full circle moment because you two are technically reuniting after
Yeah.
2010's Marmaduke?
We had to give the fans what they wanted.
That's right.
And
Well, we'd been sort of,
Yes, we've been-
talking to our agents. We did Marmaduke. Let's kind
Yeah,
of, when can we kind of
All those kids are
circle
grown
back?
up now.
Yes. Let's
true,
let them
it's
see.
true.
You were my mother in that, and now you're my wife.
yeah.
Maybe that's what happens in a lot of
turns.
relationships.
Or
Yeah,
vice versa, yeah.
Vice versa. Yeah.
Spiritual sequel.
Evolves. Yeah.
It was meant to be.
I love when I was reading the press notes and they were talking about casting you, Mark, and they were like, well, yeah, we wrote this cranky guy and it has to be Marc Maron. So I'm curious what your thoughts are.
Do you like
on
that or love
I
that?
think I'm misunderstood. I think I'm a realist, and I think that, I'm perfectly happy. No, it wasn't. I could definitely relate to the guy, and not only did they want to cast me, but they were insistent, and I was like, but I don't know why did they see me as this guy? And I don't have a good sense of how I'm seen, and I guess I fell right into it. It was no problem. It's a relief to be that cranky.
For what it's worth, I don't think you're cranky.
Well, thank you.
But also the crankiness is you don't have to scratch very deep into it to get to the sort of emotion.
You don't know the prep I did. Just
No, I'm
sitting in my
thinking about-
trailer, trying how can I be a cranky, irritable guy?
Curmudgeonly, but I think that there's there's a lot of emotion running
Yeah.
underneath mix.
Yeah, but I think I've hit this level in my life where, the crankiness is a little
Armor.
endearing. No,
Yeah.
bad cranky is irritating, but I think I'm at a level where the crankiness is it's nice. It's a nice cranky.
Really?
Yeah.
He watches
Yeah.
Housewives. He
Really?
understands complicated group dynamics and emotions.
That's right,
So-
exactly. He's a deep guy. That's the
Yeah.
emotions.
Yeah.
guy. Whenever I watch a sports show or movie, I have this thought of whether or not I started a sport when I was younger, if I would be amazing at it. Do you ever have that thought? Is there something you were like, oh, if I only did this when I was 5, I'd be amazing at it.
I got hit in the face with a pop fly baseball in center field. So I was out. If you were in center field and you can't catch a pop
I was
fly.
going to say, why didn't you catch that?
Exactly. So that was the end of my sporting career.
Call that a can of corn.
I played baseball and I got hit by a pop fly and I never played again. It was just so traumatizing.
You can't handle that one.
Yeah.
The easiest thing in baseball to catch a pop fly.
Scary though.
I wish I wouldn't have quit piano lessons, not a sport, but I do wonder, could I play the piano?
Yeah,
No.
instruments are a good one.
But I hope my mom doesn't watch this because that is a big old I told you so.
Yeah. How many years did you play?
Only 6.
6. So you
can't.
can play.
I can't. If
You
you put a
can't?
keyboard in front of me, I'd
No?
probably
Can't do
cry.
something?
Shake. No, nothing. It's not insane.
Mark's a great musician.
I know.
We went to
Guitar.
go see him. Yeah.
Yeah, I've stuck with that.
Singing.
I think the key to doing that stuff is if you don't treat it as a job and it's an actual hobby, you can kind of enjoy it your whole life.
Right.
Yeah.
If you don't treat it as a job.
Yeah,
Oh,
I never wanted to be a musician, but I play.
Yeah.
So it's kind of so my guitar isn't like a vessel of broken dreams.
Right.
It's just
It doesn't represent anything except for joy.
exactly.
Fair.
We were at the Karate Kid Legends premiere last night. We talked to Jackie Chan, and I just have to say that he told us he wants to do the next Shanghai movie and that we have to keep talking about it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bring it up here. And
Jackie was here in Los
he was
Angeles.
at the Karate Kid Legends premiere in
Yeah.
New York last night
Oh,
talking to
okay,
Screener, and he was
okay.
like, let's get the combo going again.
Yeah. Well, that's the 25th anniversary, 25 years since we did Shanghai Noon. And I had the amazing thing about Jackie, I remember sitting in a chair like this and it's end of the day and everyone's hustling. We've got to get one more shot before they lose the light. And I'm kind of watching, are they going to get it? Let's see. Everyone's running around and then where's Jackie? Oh, he's running around moving stuff too. And then I was like, I better get up and start helping. He's a hard worker.
Make the shot?
We did make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably 'cause of him, not you.
Yeah, exactly.